Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Blade Clan Health and Fitness. I'm Brian. This is Dave.
And we do the research in our sweet-ass new show shirts, so you ain't gotta. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. You know, that's not the only thing I got while I was out on my Christmas vacation. After I woke up in the closet, knocked out by that punk-ass Shaggy me, I went to Philly to get my relax on. And I got us a special treat while I was out there.
I know what happened to him, by the way. He never came back.
I got nothing. He just wasn't here when I woke up.
So, what did you bring back anyway? Was it more cheesesteaks?
Nah, dog, man, I got us an interview with my mom's. You know, she got that gastric shit done, and she's gonna talk with us about it. So, let's start with the basic questions, Moms. What made you decide to get a gastric bypass?
Well, I didn't have gastric bypass. I had a gastric sleeve, which is a different procedure. In gastric bypass, they reroute your bowels. I had only my stomach cut, and they take 85% of your stomach away. The reason I did it was because I developed high blood pressure. I had a father who was dying from diabetes and high blood pressure and heart disease, and I didn't want that to happen to me. So I decided to take the drastic measures.
Gastric sleeve. Okay. So, what impact would you say it had on your life?
It changed my life. I feel like a different person. I'm happier. I'm healthier. I can walk up the steps and not get out of breath. I rode a roller coaster this weekend. I bought Victoria's Secret bras. It made me, completely changed me. It made me healthier. I'm off my blood pressure medicine. My blood sugars are fantastic. I'm healthier than I have ever been.
So, were there any dietary changes you had to make?
Well, the main dietary changes, you're supposed to eat a lot of protein. I have a little bit of a struggle with that. It's hard for me to get the protein I'm supposed to get in. And also it's portion control. And you have to eat slowly, which has also been a challenge for me. It's a tool. It's not a magic pill. It's a tool. You have to use the tool correctly. So what it basically does is limit what you can eat at one time. And you have to eat the right things, because you can cheat it. You can eat cookies all day long. As long as you eat one or two a day at a time, you're fine. But that's not the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to eat 3 meals with a couple of snacks during the day. They're supposed to be high protein, low fat cheeses, meats, those kind of things. And I do struggle with that. It's been hard for me, but I have lost 100 pounds.
So, what advice would you give to anyone who wants to follow this path?
I would say do all the research. Research as much as you can. Again, like I said, it's a tool. Don't go into it expecting that you're going to lose the weight, it's going to stay off, you're never going to have to think about it again. You still have to do the work. You still have to exercise, you still have to watch your portions, and you still have to eat the right things and drink your water. It's not just the weight's going to fall off for a while, but then it slows down and you have to do the work.
Oh, I see. So there is still work involved.
There's a lot of work involved. I'm supposed to be exercising, which I haven't been recently, but I'm supposed to be. When I do exercise, I can do Pilates, I can run, I can do all these things that I never could do before because I lost the weight.
So, how do you feel about support groups?
Support group is something that I recommend that everybody do. Also, something else I did was I went to therapy for the first couple months after I had the surgery. Because one of the things that obese people tend to do is they eat their feelings. They eat their stress, they eat their happy, they eat their sad. And going to therapy helped me to think about other ways to deal with those things, especially my stress, because at the time my father he'd been in the hospital and he passed away during the first couple months after I had the surgery. Prior to having the surgery, I would have been able to eat anything I wanted, and that would help me to get through the stress. But once I had the surgery, I couldn't do that anymore, and I was having a hard time dealing with stress. So going to the therapist really helped me to figure out how to handle some of that stress. So go to support group, hook up with people on the internet. There's all kinds of groups on Facebook, give you really good advice, and really do the research and really be sure that this is what you want to do. It's a permanent change. It's not something you can change back. So you have to be sure that this is what you want to do.
Now, would you say this is all physical, or is there more of a mental aspect to this problem?
Your mind is still your mind. Most people who are obese because of their head, not their body. They're obese because they eat their feelings. And if you don't change that mindset and do something else to get rid of those stressful feelings, you're going to continue to gain weight even with the surgery.
Do you still catch yourself thinking fat?
Absolutely, all the time. When I first had the surgery, I separated myself into New Debbie and Fat Debbie. And if I would go into a store and I would want to buy a piece of candy, I would kind of bring New Debbie to say, no, you can't have that, and slap Fat Debbie down. But it's been 2.5 years now, and Fat Debbie's been winning a lot more than she used to. So I have decided to make some changes again, start doing the exercising again, start watching the portions again, and put Fat Debbie back in the box where she belongs, and get New Debbie back. And once you have that mindset, it's very, very difficult to get past. One of the things that helps a lot is get rid of your old fat clothes. Take pictures. Watch your progress. I took pictures the day of my surgery, and I've continued to take pictures through the whole journey. So I can see the changes, and when I get discouraged, I look back and I see that person who I used to be, and I'm not her anymore, and it makes me emotional, and it helps me to remember why I did this and why it's so important for me to continue on.
So, I got one for you. What's your opinion on your son cursing on the internet so much?
I think my son needs to stop cursing so much on the internet. I think he needs to start acting like an adult and use big words, not curse words.
Well,
and if he keeps it up, I'm going to have to smack him.
Shit, B, I gotta bounce, man. My mom's gonna track me down. That's all the time we have for our show for this week. Thanks for watching another episode of your research. You ain't got to whoop whoop bye.
Thanks for watching, folks.